Stop acting like a hooligan. I know your mama raised you in a barn, but around these parts we have some decorum, okay?
I've seen that content creator Nika Diwa. I'm going through her videos again with her baby, specifically her mixed baby, as she keeps saying. And the way that she talks about her baby's hair, especially me as a biracial person, where I did not experience that from my mother when I was a baby. I'm really grateful that my mom always took care of my hair as a baby. One, my hair looks like that baby. I look like that baby, so I'm just like living. And the way that her mom makes her seem like her hair is so difficult to do and difficult to handle when it's really, really not. It just takes me back in the day when non-black people would ask my mom, because my mom is not black, they'd be like, oh my god, how do you do her hair? Like, her hair is so curly. When back in the day, it literally wasn't. It was like -4. And my mom would just be like, I just do it. She has beautiful hair. That's my baby. That's literally my baby. And it was never like doing my mixed baby's hair. It was just like, I'm doing my baby's hair because this is my baby. I birthed my baby. I'm looking at these old pictures and I'm just like, oh my god. My mommy.
Nika Diwa's fixation on Africanness, guys, to be fair, it's not something that is actually new yet. Because, guys, if you go back in the days in colonial times, when during the times when we go back to the minstrel show on how people would turn into caricatures of black people with exaggerated black lips and portraying African people or portraying the genetics of African people to be this powerful, dominant, genetically strong, but guys, or aggressive. Of course, that's why you've got like the black woman aggressive trope or whatsoever. And but the thing is that they actually always seem to link all these characteristics, guys, to primitive, which is actually quite strange, guys. But the thing that is so actually sad is that we've actually evolved, of course, as a society where people are no longer traded, people are no longer put in chains and everything. But guys, it doesn't mean the mythology has not stopped. And to be fair, Nika Diwa actually exploiting the Africanness of her husband is something that will never be new and is something that has always continued. You see it also like in multi-racial families. I mean, guys, we've got like a perfect example of the Kardashians. Yes, they don't, let's say, enforce that stereotype as Nika Diwa does, but it still happens. It still happens. And to be fair, a lot of these stereotypes were created during slavery. I mean, black men were portrayed, as I've said earlier, physically dominant, hypersexual, dangerous. And this is why you've got the Mandigo stereotype. I mean, if you've watched Django Unchained, and how they portrayed, like, let's say, the stereotype and everything, it's changed. It's changed. It's changed. And the thing is, they keep the methodology the same, but actually they find different ways to actually express it. Hi, hello guys, welcome back to the channel, guys. Please like, subscribe, and let's talk about this topic because I'm so excited to talk about it. To be fair, yeah, back in 2024, when I had not really started, well, I did start the YouTube channel, but of course I wasn't talking about social topics. Nika Diwa actually was trending in 2024, but I was like, what is people's beef with this woman? But when you start to peel down the layers, I'm not gonna lie, guys, I'm not gonna sit here and become a hypocrite, guys. I actually was following her for a bit, but there was actually this disconnect that I actually had to disconnect from because I was like, the content actually I'm not matching or like engaging with it. So of course I had to like cut it off. And I'm not really engaged with her content like for a really long while. And I do think when she had that backlash back in 2024, of course, what she decided to do was to, let's say, take a break. Well, I mean, would you blame her if people are coming at your head? Of course, you're gonna have to take a break. Of course. And it also doesn't apply to, let's say, men. It also applies to women. It also applies to how Black women were actually sexualized. They also applied to how I mean, guys, there's this story of this woman who was actually sold in France with this slave and everything. They had to strip her naked, portray her as a piece of art. Guys, that might sound, oh my god, she was really like beloved. Oh, she was portrayed as a piece of art. No, guys, she was actually in chains, and they had to exaggerate, of course, because she had a big butt and because she had, let's say, very guys, I don't know if I can use the word boob. I don't know if I can use the word breast in YouTube. I don't know, guys. I'm trying to actually censor my words here. But it also happened because there's this woman that was actually strapped in chain and brought to Paris to be paraded with, let's say, with her naked body and everything. And that's actually it's actually quite sad, if you think about it. It is actually quite sad. And it's not different from what Nika Diwa is doing, but is you see, guys, stay with me. I say the mythology stays the same, but guys, the way and the method of what they're doing it has evolved. Like, for example, of course, as a black person, if it was back, let's say 400 years, of course I'll be on a trading block, being sold to like a slave person of some kind. But right now, it's been done in different things, and this oppression like exists in, let's say, different ways. And in terms of, let's say, going back to Nikadiwa, of course, every interracial family with Nikadiwa not actually even being the exception, but actually an example, is always built around race. It's always built around race on multiple forms of engagement at once. And it includes things like admiration, fetishization, and of course, racial tension. And sometimes, guys, whenever these families actually face backlash, you would notice that they will actually defend it and say, oh no, oh this and everything, this and that and that and that. It is quite crazy. It is nuts. It's quite crazy. Like it's just so annoying and it's so difficult to actually like it's kind of like they're in glass houses, but they still throw stones. And the thing is, of course, the algorithm will not actually care because the more people are outraged by her, is the more views she gets, is the more engagement she gets. She always says, oh, my black baby, my black husband, my misgenetics. Oh, I'm raising black girls. I'm raising an African baby. And guys, that identity that identity that she boasts of or she's proud of becomes sort of a product. Come on, guys, it's a product. Most interracial families, guys, that are on YouTube or on various different social platforms sell you a product. The Kardashians actually sold us a product and we ate it. The Kardashians were not only selling things like let's say products or makeup or dresses. Guys, they actually designed the Kardashian family with the mixed stuff and everything to be a product. And it's quite crazy that sometimes when we talk of them actually selling, let's say, surgery or selling their makeup brands that may not even work, we forget that them having mixed race children is also at the center of that discussion. And to be fair, guys, as I said earlier, historically, black bodies have always been commercialized. It's either through slavery, entertainment, sports, or advertisement. And even now, guys, social media has made a deal with doing. So, guys, do you see that the format has actually changed, but the mythology behind the exploitation of black bodies, of people's blackness, has never actually really changed. It never has changed. As I said earlier, before blackness was sold in the media, people, of course, white people put on white faces. Of course, I mean, talk about the minstrel show, the exploitation of black media. Like back about nearly 10 years ago, there was this movie that was produced by Netflix that sexualized little black girls. So the expectation of Nicodemus' husband or the negrophilia of what the negrophilia that Nicodemus practices, guys, it's it's nothing new. It's nothing new. Like for example, if they get pregnant, how they monetize their channel. Of course, they've got their family blogs, they've got their interracial branding. And the thing is, the algorithm on YouTube is actually very friendly with them because the body they post becomes a content, the children they post become a content. The pregnancy to give birth to the multiracial child that will be used as a product later also becomes content. And it all race becomes a content. And it's quite crazy. It's quite crazy. It's quite crazy because and what makes it very difficult to critique such families with people who are actually very, let's say, enthralled by this mixed race families because people say, oh no, they're smiling, they've got children for God's sake, or be kind, or they're interracial couple, they're showing how the world can live interracially, and they're socially progressive, they're society progressive. Guys, what's crazy is because the whole of those aesthetics hide a very harmful message. And people have made, like, social media has done a very great job in making people associate soft lighting, family branding with moral innocence, even when underneath the bedrock of that relationship, social stereotypes are being reinforced, or racial stereotypes are being reinforced. Like, there are loads of things that she's done that is quite crazy. And it's just not because if she's eating, let's say, like an African meal, she'll just actually just videotape it and say, oh, look at me, I'm eating African meal or whatsoever. That's just like it's crazy. Is it not it? Like it's just crazy. It's crazy. And guys, let's see what people have got to say.
Oh, good heavens. What the fuck is actually going on, bro? Like, bro, what the fuck is going on? How do you set up the camera, record something like this, watch it over, and then post it? Not only did you have to post it, you have to push hashtags, probably edit it a little bit before you posted it. And you looked at the footage and was like, yeah, this gonna get them. Oh, man. Oh my god, this is crazy. And what's really tripping me out is, was this planned? Like, did you set up the Lego pieces right there on purpose so you can step on it and have that reaction on purpose? Is that what was going on? That's what's really getting to me. Like, I'm trying to figure out if this whole thing was planned. Because ain't no way you're not doing this for race bait, bro.
Well, to be fair, guys, to be fair, yeah, people are always going to be performative, especially on social media, because it's a place where people are, are given the platform to be performative. And of course, from that video, you can clearly see that, to be fair, she was actually being a little bit performative. Guys, do you remember the TikTok couple that just split? That actually the husband was known for fake laughing. Like, like I forgot in the TikTok couple because actually I actually did a YouTube video on the couple, but I forgot, and they just recently got divorced because he cheated. And guys, it was so sad to see a relationship that was full of life become a relationship that was, let's say, it became like a relationship that was, let's say, spoiled at the end. It's crazy. Yeah, it's just performative, to be fair, guys. She's not gonna be the first and she's not gonna be the last, but I'm sorry, like at the end of the day, it gets to a point. It gets to a point. And guys, I also am gonna play a video of this person who was talking about how being, let's say, like a vlogging mom actually have problems for the children when they grow up in future. Many interracial family, guys, I'm telling you, have capitalized off the interracial curve on monetizing their family. And I think I'm going to start actually covering this as a topic of people who actually monetizing their family and everything. I'm going to have to start doing it because it just gets to a point, the monetization of, let's say, multiracial families. And how, I mean, of course, The Kardashians are their blueprint. So what do you want me to say? So guys, I mean, let's just watch this video and see. It's not about it's not on Nika Diwa, but of course it's another family that is also a problem on TikTok. Guys, I'm telling you, these people already know it's a business. It's like they are breeding for business, for monetization and breeding for vlogging. It's like they actually breed to actually have children to monetize. It's like that's just a real purpose of breeding so they can actually make money off their children. Actually, guys, to be fair, it's actually quite disgusting. It's disgusting, I'm not gonna lie. So let's take a look at this also at this particular family that also like breeds for the sake of attention and the sake of children. And because the family is interracial, of course they're gonna monetize it. Yeah, they are.
Here's how mommy blogging is unhealthy. So not only do I talk about politics, I talk about pop culture as well as trends that make us unhealthy. And mommy vlogging or family channels in general are extremely unhealthy. Now when we talk about nutrition, physical, mental health and all this stuff, or inherently unhealthy to the viewers, but it's unhealthy for the children who are often featured in this, as they're oftentimes are being taken advantage of. Meet Alyssa Fluella. Basically, she's been a mommy vlogger for the past 5 years, or at least the past 5 years. She was a former labor and delivery nurse, and now is, living off of her family's name, image, and likeness. Here's Alyssa, here's Gerard, here's 3 of their 4 kids. They just recently had a baby. But basically, these kids have spent their whole life growing up in front of a camera. Pretty much every birthday, every family vacation, every, major part of their life has either been content or has either been a, brand deal. Not only that, she also has her own company's named Silk. Silks is a PJ company, basically selling bonnets, PJs, pillowcases, as well as a host of other products, basically to promote healthier, hair care. Basically, her kids have curly hair, and the idea was behind, the fact that it was hard for her to protect their hair on other, type of, material. This image was basically her using her mother-in-law to promote the products, but you can imagine she also has her kids featured on the product, her husband featured on the project, like I said, like all the other families and stuff featured on the product. The reason we should take issue with this is not only are kids being promoted to like promote products and might not be getting paid like their fair share off of it, but the idea of informed consent. Informed consent is that the kids know exactly how much is being paid out with this, every brand deal, basically what they have to do, the contract details, and being able to, understand everything that goes behind the scenes when it comes to making these cute little funny videos. They think it's just like, just another day in the life of their, extraordinary life. Right off the bat, kids cannot give informed consent, because not only is it that you're telling them what is happening, it's also to their own knowledge and to their own power. They actually understand it. And kids don't have a concept of money. Kids don't have a concept of like, oh, we're going on this like sweet trip or whatever. They think it's a vacation when it's actually a brand deal. And kids don't have no concept of just like, between personal childhood or whatever to, oh, we need to go to work. Like, kids don't have that concept. Those lines are blurred, especially when your boss is your mom. There's multiple examples of this on the page. I'm not going to show any of it, like I've said, but at the end of the day, we need to stop this trend of putting your kids online, because it's not only just like you're making money off of them or whatever, but it's also just like we don't know who's online or who's seeing this stuff. And in the age of Epstein and Itty, I would be concerned if I was a parent.
Guys, these are my final thoughts. Seriously, yeah, it's what I was talking about, and he's right on the money when he was talking about how mom vloggers should be careful. Guys, I saw one ad on TV that scared me. So there was this, like, it was an ad that was relating to a girl on the lift, and everyone was just calling her. And to be fair, she's never met these people. Guess what? She's got an online presence, and that is why maybe I don't know who was making that ad to actually send out the message. And it's just quite sad, because to be fair, all these things that's just happening, it will keep happening, and that's what makes it sad. Guys, I don't know. Thank you guys for watching. And again, please, guys, what do you think about the situation, guys? Please be brave to drop your comment in the comment section below, and also give your thoughts on what video I should make. Guys, I'm planning on speaking about Royka Piper, the girl who who has had who's had a troubled past and also has had a social media presence ever since she was a little girl. And well, some parents, most parents that actually put their children online, most of them sometimes explore the opportunity, especially if they were not rich in the first place. So, guys, please share your thoughts what you want me to make next, and also don't be shy to actually drop your comments. Please don't be shy. Thank you.